one of my favorite things to do is swells. And so doing swells, I'd like to layer pedals, but I'll show you kind of a basic form of doing some swells with just a delay and a reverb and your volume pedal. So obviously a big part of this is going to be having a volume pedal, or if you're quick enough or have your like Strat or something, you can kind of do one of these. It's called a swell because you're swelling up the volume. But what you want to do is you're going to hit your chord, and then as soon as you're done hitting your chord, you're going to bring your volume pedal up. And all I'm using is an analog delay and a reverb, and this is the cheaper of the two reverbs. So again, using a lot of Chris's instructions from the chord structures and stuff. So a trick behind doing some cool swells is longer decays. So longer decays from your reverb, and then longer repeats from your delay. Be careful, because there's been way too many times where I thought I was coming in on the right note, the stage is dark and everything, and it's just like, and everyone's like in a whole different key, and there's no stopping that. It just goes, it goes, it goes. So, you know, that's kind of the basics behind a swell. You can use bigger chords if you want, but again, the bigger the chords you use, the muddier it's going to sound. So, what else I like to do is called advanced swells. I call it advanced swells. It's not really called advanced swells, but this is when you're taking like everything and you're throwing it in there. So what I like to do a lot of times is take an analog delay, a dual delay, which is like that dotted eighth note, quarter note mix, a super washy reverb, and then another reverb to reverberate all of that. So it gets kind of crazy. And that kind of sounds like this. Add more. You can add another delay. The El Capistan is a tape delay simulator, and tape delay is just kind of like a halfway between analog and digital. It sounds a little bit cleaner, but you can make it do some really cool stuff for you. And then I'll throw in again with like the octave stuff. So right now what I have on is a lot of pedals. An analog delay, a digital delay, a tape delay, and 2 reverbs, and an octave pedal, and it sounds like this. So you've kind of left the realm of guitar and you're into like heaven. Times when you're doing that type of stuff, you'll stick to like if you have like a telly or something like that, you'll stick to like your middle to third position, which would be either both pickups or your neck pickup. If you have a Strat, you can do all kinds of fun stuff with that because you have all kinds of in-betweens, but normally the bridge would sound a little too harsh. have a, this is the new Visual Sound H2O V3. So it's pretty cool. It's like 2 pedals in one. And right now I have like the vibrato enabled, and the depth of the vibrato is really deep, but it's moving really slow. So there's going to be like almost a swirling feature. Can you hear that? That's kind of So that's basic swells and advanced swells.